Alright, quiet down everyone. You've got a new member coming in today. Let's welcome Jeff to the microphone. So, just speaking to this microphone here. Hi, my name is Jeff. And I do collect physical media. The first step to recovery is admitting to everyone that you do have a problem. So, do you collect steelbooks? Yes. 4K Blu Rays? Yes. Regular Blu Rays? Yes. DVDs? Yes. Oh my goodness. What about regular VHS? Yes. And there's an actual review on YouTube of this one. You do have a severe problem. I agree. Would you like to talk about it with everyone? Well, wait a minute. No, I don't agree. I've got something to say here. I really like collecting physical media, and I'm going to keep collecting physical media. I don't care if it is a problem. I love VHS tapes, DVDs, Blu Rays, 4Ks, steelbooks. They're all cool. But there is one thing I will say. I still don't like digital codes, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So stay tuned, and the only way you can help me recover is to watch my videos, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, do all of the normal YouTube stuff, and then at the end, make sure you do hit the notification bell, and you'll be the first to know when I post new videos. So let's get over and talk about why I still love physical media and why I don't like digital codes. Let's go. You do have a severe problem. So what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to JeffMan316 Custom YouTube channel. I'm your host, JeffMan316, your pop culture reporter. And as I said in that funny intro where I was just basically making fun of myself, I do like physical media. One of the most popular videos that I've on my, short-lived channel so far has been the video that I made of why I love collecting physical media. And in one end of that rant, I guess you want to call it, I did mention one of the things that I sort of didn't like was digital codes. And since that video, I've grown almost to the point where I hate digital codes. And I want to talk about that in this video. So this will be a mini rant, not as much as the other. But I will say, I do collect steelbooks, like the new 4K Speed that is actually a steelbook video on the channel now where I unbox this. I just purchased this 4K of Blade, one of my favorite early Marvel movies. Awesome movie. Hope it looks great in 4K. I love this movie, Aggression Scale. I do collect regular DVDs. I couldn't find this to stream for the longest time, and there's no digital code. So you might need to get a physical copy of something like that. I get the horror pack, the DVD and Blu Ray. So yeah, there's still some times where I collect DVDs. Not as often, but this one, like I said, in horror pack. And then I've got Dollar Tree DVD hunts if you want to check out the channel that I do. And then, of course, I'm a guy of the 70s and 80s, and so I love my vintage stuff. So I even collect vintage videotapes. Not many. If I've got racks of movies, I've only got maybe one little bookcase that's full of VHS, but it's of a lot of my favorites. In this Leprechaun, there's a video on the site if you want to check out my review of the movie Leprechaun, the first one. So check that out. But with that being said, I still do love physical media over streaming, and one of the reasons is because of the inconsistency with movies and how they handle the digital codes. I'm going to give you some examples. There's one good example that I've bought some season sets from HBO. One of them would be Silicon Valley. I just looked at that. The digital code that I redeemed for that lets you redeem on Vudu. It lets you redeem on Movies Anywhere. And it also lets you redeem on the Apple iTunes store. So then you had the physical copy. That's one of the ones I love. I've got all those options. I can redeem wherever I want. I can keep my library going streaming, and I can also have the physical media. Great. Obviously DVDs, some of these movies, there's rarely you're going to have digital codes, and I would almost pay as much on streaming for this as I would for a physical copy. So me personally, I would go with the physical copy first, especially something like this that I basically got in a hard pack, and I think I've seen it at the Dollar Tree. So with that being said, here's an example of one of the reasons I hate digital codes. Purchase Blade, right? Just came out recently. It's got 4K, the Blu Ray, and digital code, right? So I owned this movie streaming, but it was the regular HD version. So most of the movies that I've bought lately, some of the steelbooks like you've seen on my channel, even if I own them in regular high definition, when you redeem the code, it goes ahead and upgrades it to the 4K movie. So I know there's a 4K version of Blade that you can watch. So I go and put the digital code in, and what does it tell me? I've already redeemed the code for this movie and it's already in my library. But it's not in 4K. I wanted to stream it in 4K. When I redeemed Speed, that I already had the regular HD version of, it upgraded it to the 4K version. Another reason that I don't like digital codes is sometimes you get a movie and the only digital code you get is Apple iTunes. I don't have an Apple TV player, so if I do redeem that, I'm stuck watching on my iPad and trying to hook that to my television. The different streaming services aren't consistent. It's ridiculous how one movie studio will not conform and will stick it on just one regular service like Apple iTunes. I want consistency. Give it to me where I can redeem it in any of the formats that I want if you're going to give me a digital version of it. Another example of a problem that I have is sometimes street dates don't work. I just bought Smokey and the Bandit on 4K. When I go to redeem it, it says that it redeemed it on Movies Anywhere, but when I go watch it on Vudu, which the two are synced together, it says that I've got this regular high def version. It doesn't say that I've got the 4K version. When I go to Movies Anywhere, it says there isn't even a 4K version of that movie available. I think it's because I got it at Walmart and it was out early, and that eventually maybe it'll redeem. But how about putting the date on there that says when it's going to be available, and I wouldn't even try to redeem it because I wanted the 4K of it. So my fallback is, like always, I'll put my 4K disc in and watch that. The last example that I'll give you was I bought several movies, and Universal is notorious for this. Once again, no consistency. I've bought the Fast and Furious, the new 20th anniversary edition from Universal of the 4K, and it upgraded my regular HD version to 4K so I could stream it. Perfect. So I put in, I think it was the Blues Brothers, the steelbook version of that I bought in the past at Best Buy. It redeemed it, and what did it redeem to? The regular high definition version, even though I was holding the 4K in my hand. I go to redeem the Universal Alfred Hitchcock collection. There's 4 or 5 movies in the set. They all redeem in 4K streaming, except, I think it was Vertigo. Let's just say it was Vertigo. Regular HD, no explanation. I put in a support ticket, got no response. So randomly I go to look at my Vudu library of about 2 or 3 months later. I get new movies that popped up at the very top. And what was it? One week it was the Blues Brothers, which is now the theatrical version. It was available in 4K. And then the Universal redemption of the, like I said, of the Vertigo movie. I think it was Vertigo. That pops up in there. Regularly, when you get an upgrade of a movie, it doesn't show as a new release in your library because you had already redeemed it before. It just upgrades it. But the whole point of this is, once again, there is no standardization or consistency with digital codes. I like them. I like having them. I like being able to stream them. But I do not like the fact that I have to play a guessing game of whether it's going to work, what service I'm going to get. It's like almost damn roulette when you Russian roulette, when you put this thing in and open up the disc and you're like, which one am I going to get? And then hopefully I won't get the Apple iTunes one. I do have a couple of Apple iTunes digital codes that, because of this, I haven't redeemed. I think it's a movie, Mile 22. When I was looking through my digital codes that I haven't redeemed. You know what? I think I'm going to throw a picture of that up on my Instagram It's JeffMan316. If anybody checks that out and it works, it's been a while since I bought it. If it still works, one of you guys can have it. Take it. Just go over my Instagram, look it up, and you can have the iTunes code. I'm going to take my physical media and I'm going to still love it and I'm going to keep it. And I know there's other people that have commented on my video. Well, what happens if you have a house fire? The digital codes are my backup. So as long I'll have 3/4 of my library probably still digital. But I want the physical media because I get the special features. I get steel books. Some of these things are worth money in the future. I've sold steel books before for like triple what I originally paid for, especially like Marvel and Disney movies and that kind of stuff. So they hold value, but that would be the same as any other kind of collectible. So you need to make sure you got your house insurance. Anything you collect, make sure you bump that up to cover it. But I'm still going to collect physical media. I'm always going to be a physical media guy. I don't give a crap what kind of format it is. It's fun to me. It's a hobby. I like it, and I just love it over streaming. So what do you think? Are you stuck with streaming? Is that your favorite? Do you collect physical media? Give me an update. Leave some comments on this video because I know I talked about it as one of the reasons that I love physical media in my last video. But this is just, like I said, this one is basically like why I don't like digital codes. Let me know your opinion of digital codes. Also, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Please support the channel by subscribing. Got a lot of new subscribers over the last month. I really appreciate it. You guys rock. After you do that, make sure you hit the notification bell and you'll be the know when I post new videos. If I come across an idea of another reason why I don't like something about digital and it makes me want to talk about physical media again, I'm going to do it again. I'll post as many of these videos on here as I want. So I'm just kidding, but I really appreciate the support, and this is JeffMan316, your pop culture reporter, signing out saying, you guys be safe out there.